45 ACP versus 45 Colt versus 410. It may seem like a weird matchup, but some handguns are chambered to fire all three. Now, as for which cartridge is most potent, we have 5 different targets to find out, and I think we should start with the 45 ACP on this water jug. Seems like all the water just stayed right here, so I don't know how good that was for the splatter portion of it. We might have to review the slow-mo. The jug looks pretty good. What'd you think, Terry? Oh, you remembered your t-shirt this time. Well, you're not very wet, so I don't think you're winning any contest. And I also put a piece of 3/4 inch plywood behind it, and it went straight through. That is actually pretty impressive. Or, well, I don't know if that's impressive or not. I don't know if the 45 ACP actually opened up or what. Oh, and just as I said that, oh my gosh, here is the bullet right here. It definitely opened up. Those are some nasty looking fangs. To the other 45. Well, Terry, it looks like you wasted your t-shirt today because I don't think you're getting much action. It looks like that thing just fell down and bled out on the ground right into this pool of water. But anyway, here we go. Looks like it went straight through the 3/4 inch piece of plywood and oh yes, this is it right here. It did not hold together like the 45 ACP bullet, but I mean, the jug doesn't show anything. Well, actually, that is split apart a lot better than the 45 ACP. Maybe the 410 Slug will do better? Maybe? Hopefully. Did you get any on that, buddy? No, obviously there was none. I was like, did I even hit the freaking thing? And then I saw this tiny little hole that was leaking water. So I am assuming that it did not go out the back side for some reason. Wow. I also don't see anything else in the jug other than the wad. So maybe we should try that again? Looks like you got a little wet that time. That one was much better, but I think I may have clipped it on the edge. I'm not sure. Yeah, a little bit closer to the edge. It is just throwing these slugs anywhere, basically. I mean, the wads are just flying off at a different area too, I guess. Anyway, did we hit the plywood? Yep, we hit the plywood, and I don't know if that's a slug in there or what. Definitely didn't go out the back, so I'm assuming that is at least a portion of the slug in there. Slow-mo! Obviously the 410 looked the best, but that's only because I clipped the edge. The 45 Colt did a lot better slow-mo than I thought it did real time, and it even penetrated the plywood. But anyway, bad news. The evil demon frog is back in the house making that same annoying noise. You haven't slept in weeks, so it's time to end the madness. The problem is the frog just ran behind a pressure-treated lumber pillar, and you're not sure which cartridge will get to him best, if at all. So we better find out quick. And guys, these circles are just for reference. Those bullets, you know, with the judge, it's like one's throwing it one way, the slugs are going the other way. I don't know what's going on. So those are just for reference. I'll take it. I mean, the bullets are at least touching the circles I wanted them to. But anyway, did they go through? Oh, that is what I was worried about. Your evil demon frog nightmare frog is still on the loose. Actually, he's still hiding behind this piece of pressure-treated lumber. So we better see if the other cartridges can go through. Starting with the 45 Colt. What's crazy with the judge, especially with the 3-inch 410 chambering, is when you're using 45 Colt, the amount of free bore that's there is insane. What happened? I don't know yet. Let's... Ooh. Oh, look at that. I overlapped with the 45 ACP. I mean, I think I hit both of the circles I was aiming at. Unfortunately, that one overlapped, and I guess if you count that one. Anyway, I would assume the one that overlapped at least went through. Guys, it did not go through, and neither did the top one. That frog is laughing at you right now and making that annoying noise. Let's see if we can hit anything, or, well, if I can hit anything with the slugs. Yeah, about that, Judge. He doesn't really like slugs. Anyway, the first one with the Kentucky windage hit where I wanted, and then the second one, it did not hit where I wanted. Hit right off the bottom, and I'm assuming it clipped. Yep. The other one, let's see. Ooh, definitely did not go through, although I wasn't expecting much after the 45s could. I mean, I think the 410 slug is like half the weight. This calls for the saw. Okay, the 410 was absolutely abysmal, and both of the 45s came to the exact same point. Looks like a draw between the 45s. And before I forget, don't forget to sign up for my Going Bananas giveaway from now until the end of the year. Guys, there are some freaking awesome prizes, and it's completely free to sign up, but it really helps out the channel, so I'd really appreciate if you checked out the link in the description below. And dude, come on. You left concrete lying around the house, and the frog just hopped behind one of them to hide. Good going. Anyway, we better figure out which one of these cartridges can penetrate concrete the best, if any of them can at all. Now that one did not seem too eventful. I mean, most of the pieces are in pretty large pieces, but anyway, let's see your enemy rate. Ooh, there's barely even any concrete powder on it, so I don't really think anything got to him. Your nightmares are just beginning. Anyway, let me try and put this together real quick. That's all I could find. Moral of the story, it did not go through, and I think I actually found the projectile when I was looking for all the pieces. That is a super tough projectile. Definitely held together a lot better than most bullets I've seen. Oh, it's painful to even look at the frog. You are going down today. I think this might be the first time the concrete hasn't showered me at all. Still don't try this at home. Anyway, I think this is the first time that more concrete has stayed on the uni sled here than fell off. I mean, usually it all falls off. These are some pretty sizable chunks right here, and definitely did not do much of anything to our little frog friend, or I mean our evil frog roommate, and you should not be a roommate. Let me go ahead and put that block together real quick, and I think I just found the 45 Colt bullet as well. Basically the same exact construction as a 45 ACP, and these are holding together wonderfully. Moral of the story, it didn't go through either, although it seems to have went a little deeper than the 45 ACP, maybe. Maybe. Slug time! Shockingly similar to the other two, but anyway, there's still a pretty sizable portion of concrete here, and it doesn't look like it got quite as deep as the other two over there. But we'll still check out our frog, and oh, yeah, you still got a demon frog infestation. Steel? Really? You leave steel lying around your house? Okay, maybe that was me, but anyway, against your better judgment, you decide to pursue this demon frog with these ultra slow cartridges. Or actually, maybe it was against my better judgment, but anyway, which of them is best on mild steel? And obviously, I think we all know they're not going to go through, but which one leaves the biggest dent? I guess we'll figure it out using this 1/8 inch piece of it. Obviously, like I said, we are just looking for the biggest dent here. All right, nice and tight on this small piece of steel. Not gonna lie, I was like, what was that noise? It sounded like a ping or something. I've never heard that before, but anyway, somehow it did actually dent the steel. More than I thought it would do on an 1/8 inch piece of mild steel, but we better check out the 45 Colt. I really hope we're getting a cool slow-mo of what the bullets are doing, because I think they're probably just bouncing off and kind of dying right there. But anyway, I think they look pretty much identical. I can't tell how deep they went with my eyes, but we better somehow get the 410 not on those two. This is going to be rough. Here's to hoping. Look who put it, not on the other two. About as good as it gets, I guess. But anyway, ooh, man, that is pretty similar to the other two. This calls for some calipers. Strange, that has me wondering how fast these bullets were going. Oh, I never would have guessed the 410 was hauling that much ass. And just in case you wanted to see basically what would happen inside the Demon Frog if you were to hit him straight on, I brought out a freaking awesome target. Ballistic gel. As well as some really fun 410 loads that my friend over at Emax Tactical sent, but let's get the 45s out of the way. Nice large hole. Yep, nice large hole up front. And let's check out the wound channel, or somewhat of a lack of a wound channel. I mean, it left a pretty decent wound channel up front, and it kind of carries it for a decent ways, but oh, actually went to the second block there, guys. Let me get my tape measure, but I'd say that's 17.5 inches. Somehow I was actually right for once. It is right at the 17.5 inch mark. That is freaking nuts. Really didn't leave the best wound channel though, and I mean, I guess that's still within, well, not like these are FBI blocks or anything, but it's still within the 18 inches, or is it 16 inches? I can't remember. Okay, I would assume it's about the same hole as the 45. Yeah, I mean, it's maybe a little harder to get my finger into, but I mean, it's still a pretty big hole. What does the wound channel look like? Man, I don't know if it's really any different from the 45 ACP. It might be even slightly less of a wound channel up front, and oh, that's pretty shallow penetration compared to the 45, and it also looks like it mushroomed out to high hell, but let me grab my tape measure real quick. Yep, pretty shallow penetration indeed, right at about 11 3/4, or well, shallow compared to the 45 ACP. Slug time, and then on to the fun stuff. Oh man, I forgot you get a 2-for-1 if you're up close and personal. Oh yeah, what a nice hole. I mean, the wad's somewhere in there, so let's check out that wound. Ooh, is that from the wad or is that the projectile? There's the wad and there's the projectile. I don't think I need a tape measure to figure that out. It is right at the 16-inch mark, but that wad somehow penetrated quite a while too. And I still don't understand how that lightweight slug penetrated deeper than the 45 Colt. Well, I guess it didn't really expand, but anyway. I definitely would not want shot with that, especially up close. Fun round time. And thanks again to Emax Tactical for sending these ones over. Rhodesian Jungle. I'm not 100% sure what's in there. I'm pretty sure it's a slug and then a bunch of other stuff. Well, that one wasn't too fun. Something came back and hit me right in the face here. Ouch. Anyway, I guess the Rhodesian Jungle is 2 big balls. You can see that one down there, and then there's a pretty clear shot of this one here, and then it's a bunch of BBs. It is crazy how much they expanded, though, you know, shot-wise, from 5 feet. Like, that is basically nothing. But I guess there's also not a choke on the judge. And I would think the big balls would have penetrated deeper than all these little BBs, but that definitely was not the case. I mean, absolute max penetration is only about 4 inches, just like me. The old ball and chain. We'll see how well it holds together. The hole up front's nothing really to speak about, but anyway, the wound channel splits apart into a Y, and I don't really see any chain marks through there, and oh man, those 2 big balls. I don't see a chain connecting the 2 of them, so we must have lost it. If there was one at all, we must have lost it back here. But these penetrated like 24 inches or something like that. Let me grab my tape measure real quick. Both of them too. Yes, the absolute deepest point before it pulled itself back here is about 23 5/8 inches, which is freaking impressive penetration. That wound channel is nasty as well. I would not want hit with that. You guys are gonna have to guess this last one. It's not hard though. Before we do though, I want to take a second to thank Midway USA for all the support they've given this channel. Guys, they are the longest supporters of this channel by far, so I really appreciate them for that. And if you like the testing I do here, I really think you'll like Midway USA. Now that was badass, especially shooting it out of a handgun. And guys, I didn't expect it to. I didn't know that it would actually penetrate, but it penetrated just as deep as all these BBs from before, if not slightly deeper, and my block is slightly melted up front too. Exotic rounds aside though, I think I'm choosing the 410 Slug on Ballistic Gel. And remember, don't let ballistics drive you bananas.